Anyone else wishing to speak in debate? Okay, I just have a couple comments. It's interesting how these days sometimes go. There's another hero of this cause who's not here today, who texted me this morning, Sean Sema, who comes from Brevard County. So I think why Representative Altman's there sitting in the back. And Sean has told me his own story about his daughter having sudden cardiac arrest and her being brought back to life. So when this bill popped up into our silo, I read it. I'm like, okay, this is a no-brainer. We'll put it on. It'll take 2 minutes, and off and away we'll go. It's also because in my family, we think these things are very important. It's part of the reason both of our sons are Boy Scouts, and they learn this. It's one of the first merit badge my son earned when he became a Boy Scout. Was the first aid merit badge. And oftentimes speakers don't make all that much of an impact in this process. I think my colleagues all understand this. And a lot of times you don't even have time to let you say everything that you want. Fortunately, we do today, particularly if we can help Representative Lupus miss his flight. But today is one of those rare exceptions. I actually have something in common with many of you. I watched my sister get her heart shocked a number of years ago, 10 years ago. Unfortunately, she did not have a positive outcome, and she died at the age of 33. It wasn't for the reasons that you all had, but I got to watch it happen 4 times over 10 minutes, and I held her hand as she died. And so I know what it's like also for a mother to lose a child, because that's happened to my mom. Fortunately, she didn't see my sister die. I have that burden, but I know what that's like, and she's never been the same. So I understand what it is like for those of you doing this. So I appreciate you being here, and I don't think you're going to have any problem getting this bill passed today, but I will do you one better, and I will ask my ranking member, and I will ask the 2 of you to work with me on this. And I don't know that it's possible, but we do have an awful lot of COVID-related money that is coming in to the state this year for education, much of which we really don't know what to do with. And we have a number of weeks to figure that out. And I don't know, it's non-recurring money, and there are limits, but it is supposed to help people with their health. And as someone who had COVID myself, fortunately, it did not affect my heart, but it does affect many others. So there may be a linkage there. So I would ask the 3 of you to work with me over the next few weeks, and let's see if we can do a little bit better than this. And with that, I ask all of you to give him your favorable support. You're recognized to close.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to recognize our counties, Osceola, Brevard, Representative Altman. We already mandate EKGs for our student athletes, and that's where my passion came from, and from stories in my community, just like you heard. Representative Wilhite, the change from the mouth to mouth. That's why I was trained in junior high, and I didn't realize this change in the CPR training until now. That's what I meant by the techniques have changed. I didn't run for this office thinking this would be my bill until I got with all these families and heard these stories. But I've committed to them that every year that I'm fortunate enough to serve in this position, I will try to get those mandated EKGs in. And I feel bad it's just for our student athletes, because 1 out of every 300 students has a heart condition they don't know about. So it could be more than just those that go out for sports. But I would be remiss if I did not thank Chairman Fine for your comments today and for your help on this bill. He sees me coming down the hall, and I think he turns and goes the other way because he's tired of me and many others bugging him about it. Rep McLean, thank you. You've been a dear friend when we were county commissioners, and you know my passion for this, and you've heard from many, and he has offered to help me in the future with the EKG portion of the original bill. But today we have an opportunity, members, you have an opportunity to save lives of the people you'll never meet. People that will be like the stories you've heard here, where someone will save their lives because we mandated some training in high schools, and those high schoolers go on use those techniques, and I hope they never have to use them, but they'll know them when they do. So, Mr. Chairman, I will close just asking for all of your favorable support.
Representative Hawkins, having closed on the bill, Adrian, please call the roll.
Chair Fine?
Yes.
Vice Chair Bell? Representative Alupis?
Yes.
Andrade?
Yes.
Bartleman?
Yes.
Bush?
Yes.
Fetterhoff?
Yes.
Haig? McLean?
Yes.
Roach?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Truenow?
Yes.
Valdez?
Yes.
Willite?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
13 yeas, 0 nays, sir.
Thank you, members. By a unanimous vote, CS for HB157 will be reported favorably. Thank you. And again, family members who came up here, we really appreciate you making the effort.